Hello. What's going on, guys? That's as soon as I started, I moved the thing here on my chair. It probably sounded like something else, but it's just my chair. What's going on, guys? Sorry for starting the stream a little bit delayed, but after some technical difficulties, both in the sense of analog and technological. Yeah, so something I was working on beforehand, a different model kit, was not cooperating, and so had some analog technical difficulties with that, and then some technical difficulties. All of a sudden, the camera wasn't working here, but I got it sorted out. Anyway, we're here, we're live, and yeah, we're gonna build this kit here. So this is another kit that I'm getting early. So building this here, obviously on USA Gundam TV channel, but I'll be reviewing this kit over on my channel for you guys very shortly. So stay tuned for that. I'll have like the full unboxing and review, like normal video there for you guys to check out if you want to check that out later. But today we're just going to be live building it and kind of don't really know what to expect because it's quite interesting just based on what I've seen just with the parts and everything. So let's get into it. You guys can hear everything, see everything okay? Yes, I'm assuming, yeah. Everyone, no one's saying in the chat like, I can't hear you. So seems like everything's going okay. Good morning. Afternoon. Up. So play. Nice and here. Wait. Like paper stock too. And everything's in color, which makes it easier. Now for the head, which is where we're going to start off, it's actually a little bit interesting in that there's 3 different options. So you have like the robot head that has like a halo. You have just the regular, kind of the mostly normal human looking head. And then you have the, what is it? It's like, it says angry head here. It just says this. The text says mecha head, human head, and angry head. But I think on the box it said it's like overload mode is what they call it when it's got like this effect part. And the effect part looks super cool, I will say. So I'll show that to you guys here in just a second. How does one get so handsome? I don't know. You have to ask a handsome guy. So because you build all 3 heads in full, there's a lot of parts here and a lot of other parts too, especially a lot of hair parts you'll see here momentarily. But yeah, the effect parts, check this out. They look really, really cool. They're like clear orangish red, but then have this really cool like purple reddish sort of iridescent coating on there. So they look really, really cool. Yeah. All right. And also the eyes are separate eyeballs that you have to put into the head, and then you can move them around and stuff. That's fun. I have to make sure that none of these roll onto the floor or anything. And also we'll have to try to make sure there's different options. So I have to make sure not to mix them up or anything. Usually how it goes, no, we're still zoomed in. I'll get that in just a second. Usually how it goes for when there's options for things like that, I like to go off of just what's shown on the box art. It's probably what we'll do in this case, but we'll see. The manual doesn't show you which one exactly to use. It has the parts numbered, but obviously I don't know which one's which just based on the numbers. So I'll have to find a different picture because here in the manual, where you can see, so it shows like putting the eyeballs into there, but it doesn't show what's printed on the parts. And I don't know. So let's see. Okay. Well, I can kind of see in this photo. We'll make do with that. So for the robot head, it has the blue eyes. So let's see. I'm going to line them all up over here. Let's see which one's which. And I think, yeah, we've got some extras. So those are, I think those are the humanized. That's the angry eye. And these are the mecha eyes, the blue ones. Oh, wait a minute. The mecha, oh yeah, the mecha one does have those blue eyes, right? Okay. And they are a bit different looking. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. It's going to be an interesting build. So strap in. But as far as like the size and scale and everything, what it seems to be most comparable to, there's a black eye as well. Where did that go? Make sure not to lose that. Don't want that rolling away, escaping anywhere. I don't see it though. Where is it? It seems like it's going to be very comparable to like a mix of like, well, the head, you have this like, oh, sorry, I forgot what still zoomed in, but that works well because you have this like key part here, and this is what you use to adjust the eyes. So you can use that to put the eye in. It's for the overload mode head. And let's see, the other one would be this one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the scale is 1/10. So frame arms girls technically aren't scaled, but they're basically 1/10 scale. This eyeball is kind of loose in there, which I don't like. Hopefully it's not like moving around, and it's kind of hard to know how to adjust it because you have to like, I guess you could do it like this. You can see you gotta move it around in there. It's kind of weird, kind of creepy, but yeah, you have to get it into position and then remove the key from the back without changing the position of the eye. But yeah, this one feels kind of loose in there, so hopefully that's not a thing for all of them. Anyway, let's just continue on here, and we'll discuss more. When is the estimated shipping date for this product? Oh, I don't know. I think we have it on the site as order 4. So basically, yeah, I don't know. Cannot say. And let's see. These there's 3 of these different chin pieces. I think they're all the same. Seem to be. One might be different if it's for the angry head. No, they do all seem the same. Okay. It's like black part which goes under the chin there. It's sort of like a chin strap, if you will. Yeah. So I think we're supposed to get this sometime in the next month or 2. But yeah, I can't say. So obviously I got this one early to build and share with you guys, but I'm not sure about an estimated arrival. So the good news is the eyes here for the human head are tighter. Whoa, and you can make it very funky. So, you can do one of these, but that's not quite right. We need to turn that. There we go. It's a cool concept. Honestly, kind of I would just prefer more printed face option parts that you can just swap. Like if it would have just included one face option part with just like a smiling face looking off to one side and then another printed face part with it looking off to the other side, then it wouldn't have to worry about adjusting the eyes, because this seems like it's going to be kind of annoying to try to get them like just right. Yeah, and that side's kind of loose. That might be a bit of a pain. All right, well, let's see. Hopefully you can kind of like adjust it from the outside and you don't have to worry about using that key part to adjust it from the inside. Let's see. Let's just get these into here and then we'll make some adjustments in a minute. But okay, So I think this part. Let's see. We need to do that times 2. Okay. Should be 2 of these. Actually, there's 3 of them. We're not going to end up using 1. I contemplated not cutting out all these hair parts ahead of time just so that it would be easier not to mix them all up. I think that would have been a good idea. Yeah, but this is how we do it, so we'll make do. Because it seems like it should be okay. Might just take a minute just to kind of make sure I've got it figured out which part's which. And okay. Or let's see. It's a slightly different part for the angry head. Where is it? I'm not sure. Let's see. K26. It's not in here. And there is there it is. There was a bunch of parts that also you have options for. So basically, all the gold parts you have options. We'll get to those in a bit, but you have options to make them either clear orange or gold. And there's some that are like either clear blue or clear orange. So you have a bunch of option parts with this. Just from the inside is better, so you don't scratch the paint on the eyes. Yeah. If you don't, I mean, you don't want to like adjust them from the outside with anything that would scratch the paint, but it seems like you should be fine. I'm talking about just like with a finger, trying to adjust them from the outside. We'll see in a minute. So, okay. Put that there. The easiest things to first just kind of figure out which parts are which. That's definitely 3 of that same part there. Which seems to be that one, but it's kind of not fitting, so bear with me a minute. These parts, this section of the build might take a little bit longer just because of the way that I cut the parts out. Sorry to say, but figure it out in a minute. Alternatively, what I might do, if it really comes down to it, we'll just set this aside and I'll figure it out later. But let's see. That definitely fits nicely there. And I'm just kind of hoping that it might be just a matter of like if it fits properly, then it's the right part for that. It's like those parts there, like oh, you guys can't see, sorry. Now these parts here fit really well like that, so I'm just gonna assume that those are right. This one looks right for right here. And then let's see one that has a little like cutout section there. This. There we go. Got it. So that wasn't so bad. And then we need the bangs part here that has the little notches on the front. Need this one for our little halo ring piece here on the front of the head. Definitely going to want to be careful with that. Okay, there's that. This is for the mecha head. And then for this, we need this one. There we go. It's working out. It's basically kind of just relying on if it fits then and it looks right, then it should be right. Because it's one of those cases that I this one, not a complaint that I have about this kit, but just because a lot of kits do this, but the parts will be exactly the same, but they have a different number. And I just kind of wish that all companies would adapt the method of just like, if it's exactly the same part, then just number it exactly the same. It doesn't need to have a different number on it. You know what I mean? Something I would like to see implemented more. What's that? Of course, another remedy would just be building in the quote-unquote proper way, following the manual and not just cutting out all the parts ahead of time. But we make do. All right, just making sure I'm checking in on the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything there. If you guys do have any other like specific questions about the build or anything, like I said, I can't say not like it's not because it's a secret or anything, because I don't know. But I can't say when we're getting the kit. So if you're wanting to order the kit, if you've already pre-ordered it, and wanting to know about when it's arriving in stock, could not tell you that. But any other kind of questions about the kit, now is a good time to ask. We're kind of just getting started, so just kind of hang tight. If there's things that you're specifically curious about with this, I will try to address that while we're all here. That seems right, but let me see here. Okay. There we go. Kotobuki kit. I thought this was a Chinese kit. So it's distributed by Kotobuki, I think, like here in the US, and I think in Japan as well. It's not a Kotobuki kit, as in it's not it's not their designs. It's a what's the company? Yeah, Hemoxian and Ernest Corecraft. Yeah, is the collaborator for this one. So yes. Let's not forget this. Based on this so far, though, getting the sense that, well, I think later steps will be a bit speedier, easier. Just that because we have a lot of parts here and they're a little difficult to figure out. It's going to take a little bit longer for this section of the build. Other sections I don't anticipate taking quite as long. We'll see. Oh, there goes that eye. So let's test how easy it might be to adjust the eyes once they're already in place. All right. So, because the good thing is that once the faceplate is on there, then I'm not worried about the eyes falling out. But they're proving to be not easy to adjust or kind of loose. And why is that loose in there? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem if that's not tight in there. Okay, let's see. What I might do is I might just glue it. I'm not super worried about like needing to change it later, and I would much rather have it look right and not be able to change it than have to like constantly mess with it to get it to look right and be able to change it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for this. No. Let me grab some glue. I think that's everything else that we need to do for this section. There's just a couple little bits here. Put these on here real quick. These go up on the top of the head. There. All right, let's put a little glue on this. What make it has justification for getting it? For getting this kit? And justification, I guess, would be just if it's if you like the design of the kit. It's a cool design, I think. Okay, so what I did is just put like a little bit of glue on the one eye, now on the other eye, and it's not like dried immediately, but it'll take a few minutes so I can adjust the eyes. Something like that, I think. That looks good. So that's a bit unfortunate. Like I said, I would rather just have the eyes just printed and not movable. The fact that you can move them is kind of a cool gimmick, but I would suggest, just based on this so far, is choose a position that you want the eyes to be in, and just glue them like that. And then you won't be able to adjust them later, but I think that's just kind of a better way to ensure that everything's going to look good. Also, pushing that bang part on there is kind of tight, and I would maybe recommend removing this black ring first before pushing that on, because I was worried that while pushing the front bangs part onto the head, I was worried that I was going to break that black halo ring part. So anyway, there's our one head, the mecha head. And it looks really cool. Yeah. And then let's start on the next one. So any interesting gimmick so far? Well, the fact that you have just the 3 full heads, I like that. That you have the 3 full heads. You don't have to worry about swapping anything. You don't have to worry about swapping parts or anything like that. You just swap the entire head. So that's definitely a plus in my mind. If you want to swap. Although, I mean, like and again, just obviously, I think like the most interesting gimmick so far has just been the movable eyes. But as I've been saying, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's good aspects and bad aspects of that. So for this one, where's that part for the top of the head? I was supposed to make multiples of the hair parts. We'll get back to that. All right. It's much easier once we have fewer parts to sift through, and I think you guys will really like the angry head, just based on what I've seen of it here so far. Looks really, really cool. Okay, let's glue these eyes here as well and get this face on. That's good. I think the other main like gimmicks of this, well, there's a few. I mean, there's quite a few gimmicks with this one, but one of the other main gimmicks is just going to be like the armor, sort of. Getting the eyes into just the right position is a lot like putting on eye decals. If you guys have ever tried putting on like water slide decals for eyes, it's always kind of a challenge to get them into like just the right position, because we have well, it can very easily look like a very, what's it called, uncanny valley. Yeah, can very easily look odd, off in some way. And that's another reason why just having the face parts pre-printed is great, because then you don't have to worry about trying to position the eyes just right. Because it does take a little bit. I wouldn't even necessarily say it takes like a skill, but it can be tricky. Is there another hair part? don't think it's any of these. Oh, let's see. Are you going to review I-8 figurine? What's I-8 figurine? Sorry, I don't know what exactly that is you're referring to. Where's the other hair part here? This one? Oh, there it is. That's not right. Okay. There we go. Bangs and then face. All right. So the black eye, I don't need to worry about gluing because, well, I might just glue it just so that it doesn't fall out anywhere or get pushed back in, because it seems that unfortunately like when you put the head together, it should, in theory, what would be nice is if the part I'm just trying to get the eye position here. So if the part for like that goes in behind the face part actually holds the eyes in place, would be preferable, but doesn't seem to do that. So like if they were not glued, you could in theory like push the eyeball back into the socket a little bit, which is not ideal. I don't know if I need to answer or not. Hang on just a second. Never mind, went to voicemail. I think I needed to answer that. Oops. Oh well. We'll see. I'll get the voicemail. All right, so this is for our overload. Not overload. Oh, not yes, overload. Not overlord. Overload head. We need to make a few of these. There's a couple of these other parts here that I'm not exactly sure what they're for yet. And we'll see if we can't figure it out. But like I said, there was a lot of leftover pieces, and just because I'm building in this way, just kind of makes it a bit tricky. We're live builds always on this channel. Probably just wasn't paying attention. No, Chris, I kind of recently started doing. I'm still going to do live builds over on my channel, but it's going to be more mixed up. So it always has been on my channel, but we're gonna mix it up. Some stuff I'll do here, some stuff I'll do there. So yeah. The next live build on my channel, I think, is probably going to be the RG Wing Zero. I'm working on getting that ready, and probably will be building that over on my channel, I think. So yeah, just kind of depending on the kit. Nice, leftover. Put the glue away. That's out of the way. Don't want to leave that around. basically just have these few parts here left that just need to be assembled and connected, and then we're good to go. Getting kind of lucky here. So I don't know which part goes on which side. They do fit together like more, they fit together on a specific side. Like there's parts for the left side and parts for the right. I'm just kind of guessing, and I seem to be getting lucky. Because they won't fit right on the wrong side. So somehow I managed to get them all right. Okay. Then they're supposed to be like this. So for our human head. So human head, should I adjust this a little bit? Has the hair parts, but no like antenna. The mecha head has the same hair parts on the back, but also has the kind of antennas on the side, back of the head there. And the overload head, let's see. This one's going to be a little different. It has the same hair parts there. And then for the effect parts, let's see. Ooh, that did just crack, didn't it? That is a big bummer. All right, and let me get these other parts on here, because I love how that looks, and I think it's going to be okay with just put some glue on it, but that's a shame. Because these parts, because of the coating on them, I think they're like extra tight, and they're on like they fit on like ball joints, but I would say when you put that ball joint in there, don't try to turn it. Make sure you kind of have it in the right position from the start. This one's not as tight. I can tell this one I can move and it's okay. But that first one, it was a little tight. Tried to move it and it definitely did break there. So hopefully I can fix that. Yeah, these like smoke clear parts here, which have the sort of effect of smoke, right? So this is going to attach here on the side. Oh, we have this one here too. Oops. Damn. I'm supposed to put the other one on first. So, all right, there's that. This one. I'm gonna get it on the head first, and then I'll glue it. Right now it's still attached. It's broken, but it's still attached. Come on. I'm trying to be like really super gentle with these parts now. Fits in there just so. Like that. Okay. But you can see how that looks. It looks super cool, which is why I really don't want that to be broken. So let's see if just putting a little glue on it will hopefully. Fortunately, it's like a very shiny, iridescent, clear part. So the glue on it shouldn't be too noticeable. Just want to make sure that that doesn't snap completely off. So yeah, it's going to be really hard to see, but yeah, we'll have to be very careful with that. Still, yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. Really cool look. So, okay, put that carefully to the side. I'm going to stick with the mecha head for now, I think. This is our eye key piece, which now we don't need since we glued the eyes. This one also, I'm not sure exactly what this is for. Another piece. Oh, I guess this is for these. That's what these pieces are for. For this, if you need to like adjust something interesting. Okay. All right, let's move on to the body. And we've got option parts here as well. Basically just for like the chest part, whether you wanted a mecha chest or a little bit more of a human chest, because of course, gotta have that. They went mostly mecha, but couldn't go 100% mecha. So I think what it's like these days, like every company makes Mecha Musume type model kits like these. I'm just trying to think of which ones have done it where it's like 100% mecha, like it doesn't have like a human looking face even or anything on it. And I want to say that the Kotobukiya Megalomaria kits are the only ones like that, which was what this kit reminds me a lot of. Do I need gloves? No, I do not need gloves. I'm all right. No Christmas music? No. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. We're not doing Christmas. Oh, and we need magnets. Yes. So where is that? I forgot. For the crazy eye overload head, it actually has a different eye part. Well, this is going to be fun. Let's see if I can get that out. Should I even try it? I'm going to, just because I think it won't be that hard. Because glue that, I'm going to have to be careful with this here. So let's see. I know I'm off camera a little bit. Bear with me a minute. Forgot, because this was separate, I should have put this in there so that it's in a separate bag for some reason. The other eye parts were printed. And like all the white eyeball parts that had like the irises printed on them were all printed on the runner. But for some reason, the black part was printed and bagged separately. So disassembling the kit is going okay. Or not disassembling the kit so much, just disassembling the head, which is fine. The only thing that I'm concerned about is because I did put a little bit of glue on the black guy that's in there. I'm worried if it's gonna come out easily or not. Since I'm not going to be using it, I'm not really too worried about damaging it. It's not wanting to pop out. Let's see. Oh, wow. Really? Where'd that key part go? Let's see. Can't like kind of twist it out of there. The glue is doing what it's supposed to do. Oh boy. Let's see. There we go. All right. We'll pop that out, and this eye is meant to go in here. I'll show you what it looks like more closely here in just a second. You can see it definitely looks a lot better. Kind of mad that I forgot that this was included. And in trying to twist that out, I kind of messed up the key tool a bit here as well. So here's what that looks like. Much better than just a solid black eye. Has that cool effect there like that, and it kind of twisted the teeth of this part. But again, gluing all the eyes, so I don't really need that. It's not a big deal. And now we can put this back together. Oof, indeed. It should be all right. Not so much a crisis as just a minor bump in the road. Let's see. As long as we don't have anything else like that happen, we should be good. But kind of just goes to show. All right, so there we go. There's our angry mode head. Okay. What I was looking for in here is the magnets. Where are the magnets? Okay. So there are magnets for the heads, and I don't know if I need to glue the magnets in. It doesn't say to, but it might. I would imagine it might be a good idea to do so. I also don't know if it might also be the case that it's not entirely necessary to use the magnets at all. So yeah, the heads are going to be swappable via the magnets here. So there's 4 of them, 1 for in the neck, and then 3 for in the base of each of the heads. So that kind of makes it even easier. But again, kind of like with the movable eyes, like it's a cool gimmick in theory. Yeah, it's a cool gimmick in theory, but honestly, sometimes the old tricks are the best. Like just use a ball joint. It doesn't really need to be anything fancy. It doesn't need to have a magnet for swapping the heads, because I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I have to try it, and then my mind will be changed. I'll be a believer. But I just get a sense of like, what if you put the magnet in upside down, and then it's it's reversed polarity, and then you have to try to take it apart in order to get it out, and it could end up being kind of a pain. So this is actually our neck joint. So it is okay. That's interesting. It is on a ball joint. Let's see the way. So this is actually interesting. So it's this part here on the top of the neck. Maybe if I put a couple more pieces together, it'll make more sense. But it's actually the base of the head, which has a magnet in it, and then the neck is on a ball joint. So the neck's on a ball joint, and then just there's like a part here which acts as like the kind of base of the head that you're going to connect the rest of the head onto. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's carry on. I think that's what this other tool bit is for. It kind of doesn't really say, I don't think, anywhere here in the manual, does it? Let me see. No, not really. Not that I'm seeing anywhere, unless it no, I don't know. Okay, so there's this tool part here with basically different bits that fit into it. Like this here, this one. In this case, I think we need this bit. And what what I think this is like particularly useful for is you have to put like these little ball joint little bits into a socket, and it's kind of hard to just like push it into the socket by hand. So I think that's what this is for. Not really clear in the manual, but that seems to be the case. I think. Also don't know which exact one here would be best for this. Okay, it's this one. Okay, we can kind of use this tool. So we put the ball joint onto here, and then drop it into where it needs to go, and then, in theory, pulling this out. Okay, it works. I like it. The problem is, not entirely sure that's the correct orientation if I need to turn that around, because it seems like the ball joint has a particular, like, on one side, I guess it's the same on both sides, I don't know. We'll see. We might have to do some more fixing later, but at least for the time being, those parts are in there, and I'm just gonna hope that they're correct. It's kind of hard to see in the manual, but I don't think that it makes a difference. Okay. What are my advent calendar kits? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that this year. That was tough. That was a struggle to do last year, and I don't think that I want to do that again. If you guys missed it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, last year I tried to do like an advent calendar thing where I had a I was doing like a Gundam or Gunpla related video every day for the month of December, whether it be like a review of a Gunpla kit or something else, anything Gundam related. And yeah, it was tough. There's our gold accent parts here for the back. Very nice. I saw there was a comment there in the chat I wanted to agree with here. Are the file folders available for mystery boxes? I order one each month. I want to know if I get a... I don't know if they're in the mystery boxes. That would be something you'd have to ask customer service. I'm not sure. Jane Doe spotted? Yes. Right. Up. There we go. Over that way. Yes. My Jane Doe banner. Here it is. Yeah, someone, it's the same person who spotted the Jane Doe banner. Someone with and without Hogue. Oh, okay. Said, this is, I'll put it on screen here. Here we go. This one is honestly my favorite girl plug kit ever, aesthetically speaking. It's so pretty. Can't wait to get her. Yeah, I think it has that was one of the things that I really liked about this one when I first saw it too. Just a really nice, kind of unique design. I agree. So yeah. And I was glad to see that it was a kit too, because at first when I first saw it, I just thought that it was a figure. So I was pleasantly surprised when I found out that it was an actual model kit. So I'd much rather build something like this. quite the interesting construction. So I was saying that like the kit reminds me a lot, just sort of aesthetically, of the Megalomaria kits, but I can say the construction is quite different. I would have expected that it would be kind of similar just in its construction as well, but no, not at all. It's very different, very unique. Because like when we see a lot of like the grow plot kits from other companies, like Chinese companies, like what's it called? You know what I'm talking about. MS General or what's the Cyber Forest ones? Anyway, they all build really similarly, either similarly to Megami Device or similarly to Frame Arms. This one, so I kind of would have expected that it's going to build in a similar way to the Megalomaria kits, but not even a little bit. It's completely different. One negative thing I will say, though, about the construction process here so far is that it is kind of hard to see. It's great that it's in color. Like right here, this is the part I'm putting together at the moment. It's great that it's in color, but it's kind of hard to see the detail. So I'm like trying to get the orientation of the part correct. And just like the printing, I wish it was not in matte finish. I wish that it was in gloss, so that like because the matte finish kind of like dulls the colors and just kind of washes out the detail. I think you can see it a little bit better here on camera because it's like zoomed in. But like looking at it, I'm like trying to see what I'm looking at. It's kind of difficult. So that is one bit of criticism I would say. I wish that manual was a bit easier to see some of the parts, just kind of depending on the color of the part. Obviously for a lighter color part wouldn't have that problem, but especially for these black parts, it's kind of hard to see them in the manual. Quite complex though too, which is also, to be fair, that is something that it reminds me of the Megalomaria kits in that it's very complex and unique assembly. This part's really tight, and it even says in the manual for the butt plate part, forcefully install. It kind of has me saying, kind of wonder if that's supposed to be somewhat tongue-in-cheek. I don't know, but it is very tight. Sorry to say. And the problem is, like, I'm not sure it's on there all the way. But I think it is anyway. And again, I would one good way to tell, like, if a part is on all the way, sometimes you can just see them by looking at the next step in the manual. You can kind of compare, like, if what I have in my hand matches what it looks like in the picture, and I can see, like, oh, in the picture it looks like there shouldn't be like a little raised lip, and if mine's like a bit raised, I know I need to push the part on more. In this case, again, because it's all black, it's kind of hard to see, and it does look like it probably needs to be in a bit more, but it's kind of as much as it's going in, so I think I'm just gonna Just gonna call it there. I think that's what it's gonna be. All right. If this next part, which kind of goes on top of that, if this next part doesn't fit on properly, then I'll know that I need to push that in a bit more, but it goes on fine, so I think it's okay. I think that's right. All right, so that's our 3 main parts. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I was wondering about this. Let me show this to you. I know we're kind of really getting into a lot of nitty gritty here, but that's why we do the live builds. You can see the ball joint here. It's not a perfect circle in there. It's got sort of like a, I don't know, like a goat's eye sort of shape, you know, has that kind of shape to it. So I was wondering when we're gonna, if the orientation of that matters, because when I go to put this next part on, if it's gonna just like fit in, it's just a circle. But no, this part does have the same kind of matching shape. So it is going to fit in to the ball joint in a like certain orientation. Then you can move it, of course, but that is another kind of Oh no! I can see as I started to turn that, I could see it starting to whiten. That means that it was getting ready to break. So it's not broken yet, but it's just making me think that the ball joint is too tight. I think once it's in all the way, it'll be fine. But I would recommend you guys to do when you put those the ball joint parts, when you put them into there, and I'm gonna do this right now with the other ones just ahead of time, is use your tool to kind of move it around a little bit, just to kind of loosen it up a little bit so it's not super tight. And the other side here for the arms ahead of time. Because I did notice this when just working on the parts before, and I didn't really expect it to be much of an issue, but the plastic is kind of soft, which is pretty normal for these kits. A lot of these like Chinese kits do use like a little bit softer plastic, even though this is like sort of, it's not produced from Kotobukiya, but I think it's just that it comes from the same factory as Kotobukiya. But the plastic quality definitely is different. It definitely has that more, a little bit softer plastic, which is more common in these Chinese kits. So be careful with that. Hope the rumor is false about your boxes just being for the cheapest models. Only Mecha Palace did that and charged 50, saying you could get every product, but they exclusively did their cheapest offerings without making it worth the price. I mean, if you get the boxes normally, you know that the value of what you get in the like the monthly boxes, I think they're $29.99, right? And the value, or any ones that I've seen, what's in there, I don't see what goes in every month, but any ones that I've seen, the value is definitely much more than $29.99. So I would say you're definitely worth. Now the thing is, with like stuff like that, you're not, I mean, there's no guarantee that you're getting something exactly what you want, but that's kind of the roll of the dice of getting that type of monthly box, right? It may end up not being a kit that you're particularly interested in, but you got it for, you know, in theory, less of a price. I mean, it may be a kit that on its own costs, you know, $15, and you wouldn't have paid $15 for it, but then you just paid $30 for it, but you're not only getting the kit and the monthly box, and you're getting other stuff as well. So I mean, like the total value of everything in the box is going to be much more than $30. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what to tell you other than that. So there was the really little part here. I left a big chunk of the runner, basically not even the nub, like a little chunk of the runner left on it, just to make sure that it doesn't get lost. I do that a lot of times for if I'm preparing the parts for a live build like this, just to make sure that a little teeny tiny part doesn't get lost. I'll leave a big chunk of the runner on it and just wait and cut that off usually during the live builds here. Can't quite get it in there though. Here we go. Okay. It looks nice though, that little gold accent. Very cool. Very fine little details on some of these parts. So this part that we're making now is the mecha chest. As I said, that's obviously what we're going to use this part for. We'll get to that afterwards. Step one is part here. And step two is this clear part. Is that all that goes on there? I guess so. And then step three. It's like that. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, no, I was not offended by the question about the mystery box. I mean, you know, like I said, when ordering mystery boxes, I mean, that's kind of the thing. I mean, if you got it and like the total, if you paid $30 for it and you got it and like you tallied it up and the total value for everything inside was less than $30, then yeah, obviously that's not cool. But that's not the case. So as far as what's in there, I mean, it's just a matter of the value matching what you pay. I mean, like, personal value is completely subjective. We can't really do anything about that. You can offer an opportunity to get more value than what you're paying for. So there it is. There's our mecha chest. And just look at this, like, we have the clear orange part and then the clear blue parts in between, the brown parts, the black part in between that. Just a lot of that little gold part down there at the bottom. Very detailed. Very interesting. So this goes on the chest then, just right onto there. Gonna jump the gun a little bit, which, okay, actually I need to put the magnets in the head. So now for the test. Oh, I guess the easy way to figure this out would just be to put a magnet on there and put the head on. And it's a good way to guarantee that the magnet's going to be in there in the right position. Nice. Okay. And it stayed in there. I just want to push it in there good and firm. So there's a magnet now inside the head, and so then when we put this on, it's just a matter of swapping that out. So I mean, it's a cool gimmick. I think just swapping it off with just like a regular ball joint probably would have been fine, but cool deal. Okay. The appeal is a chance at getting a larger, expensive kit for a cheaper price. Other businesses take advantage and never give the expensive options because, well, I mean, if you, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, if you're paying, if the mystery box is $30 mystery box. Wait a minute. I got that wrong. And you know that you're going to get a kit and other stuff in there. I mean, you can't really expect that it's going to be like a big master grade or something like that. I mean, obviously the kit's probably going to be, you know, around a $20 to $30 value to make up most of that, and then you also have other stuff in there as well, like I said. So I don't know. Yeah. This is human chest option. I guess I can show. It's easy enough to swap, so I can show you what it looks like on the kit in a bit. Man, such like really teeny tiny connection bits for this. There you go. There's that. It has a sort of like a bunny made, right, sort of aesthetic to it. And we got this part, which I think I may have put the different part on there. Okay, that's fine. There's an option for the back where there's one back piece which doesn't have a hole in it and one that does, for like using it for connecting the base into the back. But I think we're probably just going to be using the one with the hole in it anyway. But if you didn't want to have it connected onto the base and you didn't want to have that hard point in the back, you have another option which doesn't have that hole. Okay. Gym every day of Christmas. Let's see. Yeah. These plated metallic pieces look great. They do. Yeah, they do. You're only seeing like the little ones, but just like here's some of the one of the larger ones. They do look really, really nice. It's in a really nice sort of like champagne gold kind of color. So yeah, we'll get to a bunch more of those, mostly in like the equipment. There's not very many on like the actual body parts. Let's do the arms next. The arms are also going to be very unique. As you'll see, there's one part in particular that I'm looking forward to. Question mark? I'm not sure yet. It's very unique, so looking forward to it in that it's gonna be different. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but it is going to be different. So arm. Let's go. Also the hand. The hands are also another thing that really reminds me of Megalomaria, because the hands are pretty much exactly like that. In terms of like the size, shape, the fingers. The backing part is very different though. It's sort of interesting how it works though. So I'll show you in a moment. Yeah. Can I see the new space? 18 days left. Nice. Yeah. wrist joint's a little tight. Okay, so let me show you. I wanted to show how the hand parts go together. So let's see. Unfortunately, it seems that like every like all the backing parts for the hands are like all different for some reason. I just can't say I'm a fan of that. I wish they were all the same. But you can see inside it there's like a little tiny notch, and then like the shape's just like slightly different. They're not symmetrical. I think they very easily could have been, but so all the hands in the center have that like block section cut out. So the backing actually fits into there, and the fingers are in that softer rubbery sort of plastic. So that fits through the hand, and then when we put the wrist joint, it will actually go like through the brown part of the hand and then plug into the light gray part inside there. It was a cool design, but again, is it overly designed? Maybe, kind of. It does kind of seem like it, but if it works, hey, it works. That is TBD, so we'll find out. So let's see. First of all, left. Okay. Again, this is another part where the parts are different for left and right, and it's like a Kotobukiya kit again, in that it even has a little L. The other one will have an R on it. Let's see the little L right there. I don't know why, because the part doesn't seem to be asymmetrical in any way. It's completely symmetrical. So what's the difference between the left and the right side? I don't know. Why at that point even make it so that it's different on the left and the right side? I do not know. I'm not a good guesser. If you guys are SNL fans, you might know that reference to Reese. Hey, what? Okay, and that piece was also easier to put on when this is not connected. The clear orange piece. I got that, and then where's it? This one. Okay, it is going to fit on there a very certain way. Okay. If nothing else, you can absolutely say that they really put a lot of effort into designing this kit. It also kind of seems like, I wonder if it was originally designed to be like not a model kit that you build, but just sort of like a figure kind of thing. It does almost kind of seem like that. Let's see. What? Like I cut my finger? The left index finger close to the nail tip. Oh, right there? Yeah. I mean, that's just that's just what's called building a lot of model kits. So you'll probably see like my thumb here is just like constantly cut up. Like that's not dry skin. That's just little nicks and cuts and stuff from, and then here, there, and there. It's just all from just building lots of kits. My thumbnail always has little notches in it from knife. That's just from lots of building, especially the past couple weeks. I mean, like I'm always building a lot of stuff, but especially the past couple weeks have just been like building a lot of things, a lot of this, a lot of that. All right, now I said that there was an interesting part here, and I wasn't just referring to the hands. It's actually this next part here. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss it. So right here, when I saw this in the manual, I thought, oh, okay. You have this part, and it's meant to go into here, into that little hole right there. Now, only that little part there at the end, that's the only part that's actually meant to go on the kit. You're meant to cut it off. So this section is meant to just help to be able to get this into place. So you're just supposed to push it in like that, and then cut that off. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is leave it a little bit out to one side so that I can make sure to get it nice and clean, because I want to get it a little bit with the knife too. Just make sure that's a good clean cut, and then push it the rest of the way and nudge it a little bit more. It's like that. Interesting. Again, feels a little overly engineered. Like, okay, it really didn't need to be anything quite that complex, but all right. All right. What I'm missing in the chat. There's a lot here. USA Gundam store have access to Joy Toy. I think we do get some Joy Toy stuff, right? Yeah. Other than that, that's it for the arms. So this is the left side. Very thin, simple, but yeah, quite complex looking. That's just gonna go in there like that. There you go. Yeah, very unique. Just get the rest of the hands together. I think all the rest of the hands are all, for this side anyway, all the same. So they're just notched on one side, it seems like, and they should all work okay. Like I was talking about earlier, for all these hand backing parts, they all have a different number. There's even like some from different runners. Like some are from the F runner, some are from the G runner. They all have different numbers, but they all appear to be exactly the same. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I wish that they were just, if the part's the same, then just have it numbered the same. Is that so much to ask? Okay. Let's see. Oh, so the other two in this series are not model kits. So yeah, I know that there's other ones in this series. Yeah, the other ones aren't. I knew one of them was not a model kit. The one that has like the scarf thing or whatever, right? I was thinking the other one was, but is it not? So I don't know. There you go. Kind of goes to what I was saying about that it feels a bit like it's engineered to be a figure. Oh, yeah, that's not right. For the right side. like that. Coolest job other than mine. Yeah. There's pros and cons, I would say. Alright, this side is going to be different. Again, like this elbow joint, for example, it's different for the left and the right side. Why? Don't know. Well, it does have a slightly different design. Okay. Oh, I guess so didn't really realize this before, but okay. Hang on. Show you. I just made a realization of something. So this part here that I was talking about, it not only just gives you the color separation of having that little bit of the brown part in there, but it also like locks this part into place because it will fit through both. So this lighter gray part slides over, and this dark brown part then will go in and basically act as sort of like a little lock to lock parts in there. It's certainly unique. And you do, I think there was 1 or 2 extras of those two. I think there was 1 extra. I think it gave you 3 of those parts. You only need 2. So like if you lose or break whatever, one of these little bits, right here, I'm trying to get in here, then you do have an extra. I think, if I remember correctly. Let's see. There was an extra one, wasn't there? Am I wrong? I may be wrong. Okay. Hands. It's got them. What? I'm not from the USA or North America, but happy to see you guys get 2022. Yeah. Just looking for a bit. All right. No problem. Take it easy. Wrist joint parts are a little tight, so I'm having to bite down on them. But look great, that's for sure. So there's our upper body all done. Let's get the rest of these hand parts together here real quick, then we'll move on to the legs. Hands, it's got them. Yes, there are quite a lot of them. I think, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of hands. So 16 total, but 8 different sets. And then there's kind of more too, because for like the weapons, it's got hands that just like molded onto the handles already for the weapons, so you don't have to worry about actually like using the holding hands. You can, but Camera's fuzzy? Alright. I'll adjust the camera in a minute. I can get these parts on here. There you go. Ooh. Got to go. All right. Yeah, so this is definitely taking a bit longer than I expected, but just it's such a different build. It's like not at all what I'm like it is what I'm used to, but also just kind of different. Anytime it's like this different, it always kind of takes a minute. Which is a good thing. Okay. But moving on. To the legs. And hopefully the legs go like pretty quick because I want to at least get all the body done, and then we'll get to like the weapons and equipment and stuff. Because that stuff's all really cool too. But so long as we at least have the body done, it would be good. I think as far as I saw with the legs, there's nothing really like too surprising. Kind of different from what we saw with the arms. There was a couple little bits that were like quite unique. I don't think that that's going to be the case here with the legs. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a straightforward section of the build. I've got the wrong parts here. Or do I? Hang on. Okay, no, that's right. Okay. What? That's not right. That's kind of a pain. So, okay. For the knee joint here, you have to put like this part onto here. Adjust a bit. Let's put this part onto here, and then you would think, and we're gonna close that up on the other side. Otherwise, it's gonna like fall apart. But it kind of doesn't work that way. So it's gonna be seems a little bit of parts juggling required for this section. But let me see if I can like kind of cheat it a bit. This needs to be here, but it doesn't actually need to. What? Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. So yeah, kind of like cheated that a bit, which I think was a much more comfortable way to go about it, but it was kind of a little tricky there. that. And then for some reason, we're going to set that to the side for a minute while we then go ahead and put this other part together. This one also is going to require a little bit of juggling there, but okay, we got that. All right, that's there. Then finally, we're going to close up that knee part here. Quite the complex assembly there for the knee. Oh my. All right, there's that. Now, you can see when we bend that, it's got a really cool mechanism, how everything moves there. See, like the knee moves at the top joint, and then the bottom joint, that part moves there. Very cool, but ooh, man. All right. Okay. Whew. Small little bit there needs to go in just the right way. Tough, but there we go. This leg part, is it like slightly bent in the design? I don't know if it's supposed to be slightly bent. Is it supposed to like look like a leg, right? So I mean, like organically, the leg's not like perfectly straight. I guess it's supposed to look like that, which is kind of interesting. So gonna be a very like subtle difference between the left and the right side. They are actually like realistically slightly bent. No, this gold bit falling off. Next. No, not that one. Huh? Advent calendar would be some backlog. I mean, like, yeah, an advent calendar, like challenge of just like going through backlog and building like one kit per day. I mean, that would be quite the challenge. Also kind of interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to like this on the kit itself. I was noticing this while like cutting the parts and just kind of like going through preparing for the build today, but the arms are primarily light gray and the legs are primarily black. I think I would for them to be like matching, right? So the fact that they're not is kind of interesting. that on there, and that there, and that's our leg. All right. Yeah. Just like with the arm, though, it's like very thin, very long, elongated. Really cool mechanical design here for this, though. Looks fantastic. Yeah, like I don't know why the arm is light and the leg is dark. Okay. But let's see, it's going to be very tall. Even though the scale, as I was saying, the scale being at 1/10 is makes it basically the same like a frame arms girl, and you can tell like the face is the same size as like a frame arms girl face. I wonder how well compatibility. I guess the compatibility wouldn't work because of the way the chin part is, but obviously this is going to be much longer though, just because proportionally she's very long. So looks really cool though. And then obviously because the feet are just like these little, not stumps, but little things there. You have these clear parts which essentially act as not like shoes, but just as a like a little stand here for the feet to help her to stand up like that. Yeah, I'll show you a bit more clearly here in a minute once we get the other leg put together, if you don't mind. She's got pants. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's just pants, huh? Those are called ballet boots, by the way. Oh, instead of high heels, you mean? I mean, they have heels. I don't know what's the difference, to be honest. I just don't even know anymore. What I thought was a high heel is now a ballet boot, and I just don't know what to make of the world anymore. I think they're meant to look like stockings. The fact that the legs are black is because it's meant to look like stockings. Sure, maybe. No, I'm not sure, but why not? I think it's just, I don't know, not for any particular reason. Just that it just looks cool. I think that's about it. It's probably all that you really need to read into it. All right, I got that. Okay, then the leg. Ha ha ha. Bubblegum Crisis. I know what that is in name only. I've never actually seen it. It's a mecha anime, sort of similar to like Patlabor, right? It's sort of like more like a real world, or more like a realistic sort of mecha anime, right? Is that correct? Or there's another one too that I think would be comparable. I can't remember the name. The Maddox. Is that the name of the show or just the name of just the mecha? I built that kit, Maddox kit, which was Motoroid kit, if I remember correctly. Isn't Bubblegum Crisis sort of similar like that too? It's not like huge mecha, but smaller. Hot chicks, bikes, mecha. Okay, yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, it is kind of cool how the legs are ever so slightly curved, the left and the right side, to make them slightly different. Because otherwise, it seems like pretty much the legs would be symmetrical, if not for the subtle curve. MG Bubblegum Crisis. I don't know, that sounds like something that Bandai would make. As probably like it wouldn't be an MG. Sorry to say, it sounds like something that they would make, especially with their current kind of trend of making a lot of like new versions of HG of like what's the one they made, L-Game and stuff like that. Ideon, didn't they just recently come out with like that P Bandai Ideon kit as well? So would not be surprised to see something along the lines of Bubblegum Crisis as well. Okay, so here's our very tall lady. Zoom out. And still it doesn't really fit. Very tall and slender. Try to get her to stand up straight here. Yeah. Very interesting. So there's that. Trying to start on like the weapons and stuff. Not gonna be able to finish everything, I think, unfortunately, on the stream here. Might have to finish the rest. And then you guys will have to see the rest on in the review. But yeah, I think this head looks really cool, and it's one thing that you will see for sure in the review is just like all the options. So I mean, you've seen a little bit here, like the optional head parts, and you have the optional part for the chest, and then obviously there's a lot of hand option parts and stuff, but there's a lot of options with the equipment and the weaponry, kind of how you want to have that. So you can have like the Lilly parts, as it were, sort of connected as like a shield or as a skirt on the body itself, or some on the skirt, some on the shield, or just have them all connected on to basically making like a broom accessory, sort of like the Calibarn that she can then ride on, or you can use as a weapon, or there's just like a bunch of different stuff you can do with the equipment parts. So the equipment parts are much less complicated, much less complex in the construction of them, just like from what I can tell, the manual, I mean, it's all, the rest of it's gonna be like pretty straightforward, like any sort of like Fairy Arms Girl or Megami Device kit. I think most of like the most interesting parts of the construction were definitely in the body, for sure, and it is very unique, that's for sure. Definitely going to be like, unlike, I was expecting it to be pretty similar to something like the Megalomania kits, but no, it's definitely different. Visually sort of similar, just in that it's a very like thin 100% mecha frame, if you're not using the human face parts and chest parts, but that's the build isn't anything similar. So yeah, I don't know, I think I'm gonna call it there for this stream. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I know it was kind of a bit of like a slow one, just because of how it was just kind of like I couldn't like put this one together in like quite my normal pace, but for obvious reason, as you could see with this. So very, very interesting. I'll finish this up and work on the review and have them both have the review up over on my channel for you guys shortly within the next few days or so. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And then, yeah, if you're interested in picking up the kit for yourself, what was the price on this bird? Can you remind me in the chat there? What was the price for? I could look it up real quick, but I know you're watching in the chat. There's a lot. It's a big box, and there's a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, if you're interested in it, just want to show how big the box is. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of option parts. See, this box is huge. It's upside down. There you go, like that, and like this is just the top half. But anyway, $50. Yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah. So for everything that you get in here, just to show you some of the other bonus stuff. It also comes with a stand, which I have to put that together as well, but it's got the base, the stand for it. As I mentioned, the gold parts, you have the option of using the gold parts or clear orange parts if you want. And then for the clear blue parts, you have option of either clear blue or clear orange. So you've got 4 full runners left over basically, and then some other option parts too, like unpainted parts for the face and the chest parts, other option parts. These are all just optional parts. You got water slide decals, pretty decent sized decals, and these are really cool. Let me show this to you guys. You'll see this all in like the unboxing and the review video, but this is really cool. They're in gold, and you have like the little Lily decals there in like white, green, and gold. These are all either black, white, or gold for the decals. So really cool decals. But wait, there's more. This, which I'm fairly certain is meant to be a bookmark. It's just like this like ticket. Looks like a ticket, but it's got art on it here, which is holographic. Or is that right? What's it called? Anyway, where you move it and the image changes like that for the overload mode there. It has the titling at the bottom, so that's really cool on this side. On this side, it's just sort of like metallic there, but just has the titling and everything. I think this is supposed to be just like a bookmark or something. I don't really know what it's for, but it seems like that. It seems quite like large, but yeah, it would make for a cool bookmark anyway. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff in there. A really cool kit, very unique kit, and between all the option parts and everything else, for $50, easy. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. But if you want to wait to see the review in full, I'll have that out in a couple of days for you. Check that out over on my channel. But yeah, that's it. And if you have any other questions about the build, if you're watching live now or watching this later, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll try. If you have questions in the comment section on this video, I'll check those before doing the review, and yeah, try to address those in the review. Yes, ZakuAurelius. My channel, ZakuAurelius, different channel. Sort of like my main channel, other than the US Gundam TV channel here. So check that out later. Some of the Chinese Girlpla kits came with cards. Yeah, the Raiders of Shadow. Yeah, so like they sometimes have like the collectible cards and stuff in there, but I really like that this one is like a little bit more like substantial kind of thing. So it's really cool, that bookmark thing. It's a small thing that's like doesn't really seem that connected to the actual like kit itself in terms of like, okay, it's a Mecha Girl kit that comes with a bookmark. Why? But it's cool. I like it. Yeah, it's definitely added incentive to buy the kit, I would say. So yeah, that's it for today's stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Adios. Have a good